Nick Kiprios, Colby Armstrong, chatting about playing guilty because John Tortorella, coach of the Columbus Blue Jackets, said kind of hopes his players do play guilty. Basically gave them a free pass. They play the Vegas Golden Knights tonight, and then we started talking about playing guilty and stories, and then Eddie Olczyk sent Nick a text, and then it all...
this is good because Edzo was a coach too.
Yeah, you're right.
So when I was in Pittsburgh, I wonder what it would be like, he played and then he was coaching there, or coached, to see like kind of, or what you kind of think of,
So Eddie, thanks for joining us today. How are you feeling? Before we get into all the other stuff, how are you doing?
Hey, what's up, Alex, Kipper, Colby? How you guys doing, man?
Good.
Great. And I'm grinding away here. I got 29 more days of treatment. I'm going through treatment number 10 right now, and I got 2 more to go. And hopefully get a nice clean scan come the middle of March, and hopefully can put this colon cancer in my rearview mirror. And I would be remiss if I didn't thank everybody out there that have reached via phone, text, email, letters, cards from all over the National Hockey League. I'm just very grateful to have so many people that have supported me through this battle. And I'm trying to beat this thing and trying to make people aware and hopefully help people fight through this horrible disease. So anybody that's out there that's battling, keep forging ahead and set goals for yourself, because that's what I try to do over the course of the last 6 months. So 29 days to go, and hopefully get back and doing what I love to do some hockey moving forward and into the playoffs.
Home stretch. Okay, so you send the text to Nick as we talk about playing guilty. Yeah, I'll just turn it over to you, Colby, and Nick.
Funny, Here's the best part about that story. There's I think we had at this time you could carry 35 guys on your roster. So Mike Keenan had a choice of probably 5 or 6 guys when Huddy went down, and when Huddy went down in warm up and he wasn't feeling good, and Keenan comes in there and goes, "Any of you guys want to play?" So I'm like, "Geez, I haven't played in about 7 years." I'm like, "Yeah, I'll play," but you're not playing. He's on his way. He goes, "Everybody's supposed to be here by 7. So first off, Kipper, it was like 7:05 and you weren't there. He goes, "When he comes," now this is Keenan inside the locker room. "When he comes, he's playing. He's showing up and he's playing." I'm like, "Oh, holy, shut the front door. What's going on?" I make a beeline for the elevator. And there's Kipper. Kipper was probably on a scale of 1 to 10. He was probably like 2.5 sheets to the wind. I'm going, "What? No, I'm playing." I go, "No, you're playing." He runs down the hallway, no warm-ups, jumps into the game, and he performed well. He performed
Guilty.
Well. I know he had a little chilly. He said he mentioned something about chilly, but I think it was more than guilty, Kipper. It was more than guilty.
Okay.
Because you had your crew in from Toronto.
Listen, I got
this is a good
I
story.
entertained them during the game.
I'm in a cold
I
sweat
entertained them
now.
during the game. That was my role.
Edzo, thank you, because I'm in a cold sweat, and I'm reliving right now all that anxiety that I had. And you know what? For the record, we had always an extra guy in warm-up. So it was a given. Prior to that event, all the extra guys that Eddie talked about, and we had 5 or 6 of them at one time, they could show up after the first period. Nobody knew, nobody cared until that day, and that's when any extras had to have been there an hour and a half before.
I wish I was an extra with it.
Hey, way to go, Kipper.
I ruined it for everybody.
Edzo, what were you guys saying when you guys were sitting there? Like, you run down the hallway, you see Kipper just freewheeling, loving life. His Toronto buddies are in town. He's in. Were you guys watching so closely his game?
Oh, please. The Black Aces, we were cheering for him. We wanted him to...
Oh, yeah.
He actually saluted us up at the top of the
Yeah, we always looked up.
It was so funny.
Oh, my
Hey,
gosh.
Mallard, you know what? I think Kipper was the first professional hockey player to have a posse, because his posse came in from Toronto. He got up to the elevator. There were 7 deep, and he looked at me like, "Eddie, come on, seriously?" I go, You're in.
I looked at him, and
I'm with my crew.
and he,
was awesome.
he talks with the face, right? The expressions. And I thought he was joking the first time, and then his eyes open about like the size of manhole covers, and he goes, "Hey, the lunatic wants you. He wants you to play. I'm serious." And I'm like,
No. You know what makes it so goofy though is that I'm sitting there, like I said, I haven't played in 7 years, and I'm like, I'll play. No, you're not playing.
"No, don't want you. Don't want you." You know why? Because we played
That's
Chicago.
right. That's right. You didn't want me.
We had
I didn't want me.
Chicago.
I just came off of 5 straight 30 goals. I just came off of 5 straight 30 goal plus seasons, and you don't want me in the lineup. Okay, we'll put Kipper in. He's 2 sheets to the wind, but he'll play.
They dressed like 3 or 4 like meatheads that night, and that's all he wanted me in the lineup for.
Were you feeling good out there though, Kip? Were you kind of like, here we go, like you had no time to think about it, you're kind of still kind of buckled, you wheel out there?
No.
Feeling loose?
No, I'm thinking this could be my last game in professional hockey.
Did you really throw up?
Of course I did.
No, hey, Mallard, Colby, listen to this. I thought his last game in the league was, like, my role that year on the 94 Rangers was pretty much to stretch the guys in the morning and make everybody laugh. Other than that was like my.
I was right behind you.
So.
This is awesome.
Well, you know what? We were hot stoving a little bit with heels and stuff. But here's the best part. So we're in there stretching. So we're stretching 45 minutes before Playland, our practice rink at Rye, and Iron Mike comes walking through. He's got black shoes on. He's got blue jeans. He's got a white dress shirt, and he's got this scarf around his neck.
Bright red.
I think you might have been right.
He looked like Snoopy doing the Red Baron.
He came right through the room. He had this swagger like, I don't stink. I'm looking good. You guys are stretching. I'm the coach. He walks through. What does Kipper do? He gets up. He pulls his shorts up as tight as they could be. It looked like he had a banana hammock on. He grabs a hockey sock.
A red hockey sock.
Keenan came in. And he grabs a hockey sock around his neck just like the scarf.
And I wear it exactly like he's wearing his red scarf.
Walking through the room. Hey, who am I? Who am I? And all of a sudden, who sticks their head back into the door? But
Full 180, and I'm totally busted. Totally busted.
The next call was Binghamton. The next call was bingo for Kipper.
Okay.
What'd you do?
That was the greatest.
What I did.
Oh my goodness, this is the
And
best.
then it was awesome.
What I did was go to the press box for the next 7 out of 9 games. That's what I did.
That's
Okay,
what we
okay.
need. That's
Hey,
what we
hey,
need, though, boys.
The best late for a game is not mine. It's Glenn Healy's.
Oh, heel?
Yeah.
Oh, that was the greatest.
Ice storm, one of the worst ice storms.
18 inches of rain. 18 inches of rain that
Frozen.
day in New York. Yeah.
And his wife's driving him into the city, and he can't get closer than 30 blocks from MSG, right? So
Does he run?
runs. So we're also going on the road. So now he's got his bags, and Glenn and I used to play chess on the road, and he's got this mammoth chessboard, and the thing he says was swinging back and forth. And here's the best part: we had just come off a trip to Dallas, and cool guy wants cowboy boots, so he decides to wear the cowboy boots to the game when he has to jog 35 blocks in an ice storm.
Through Manhattan.
Through Manhattan. So now we're going through warm-up. We only got one goalie. Kiwi. And he walks into the dressing room, and he is drenched, soaking wet. Wet.
He should have put his spurs on for the ice.
So, they get these industrial
saturated.
Madison Square Garden fan. Like, if, God forbid, there's any fog in the building, these fans would clear out the fog. They pull it out to dry his suit. So we come back after the first period, there's
How
Heel's
about him
suit.
taking off his boots? How about him taking off his boots and pouring all the water out of it? I gathered in 20 inches of rain here.
Oh my God, that was the best
This
one
is
ever.
the greatest thing we've
That was
done.
the best one ever.
This has to happen next Tuesday, and
That was
so
awesome.
Hey,
Did you do
did you do bed checks when you were coaching for guys playing guilty?
I did. Well, no, I did not. I just said, hey, be in at this time or whatever. Just, no, I did not.
Good for you.
I did not. I didn't have to stick out at the lobby or anything, but no, I trusted the guys. And, hey, if somebody can play well, then we'd have to ask some questions. But other than that, no bet check. No bet check.
Much different though, eh? 20 years ago?
Yeah.
With the
Yeah, way
guys?
different now. Yeah, way different now. Yeah, way different. You know what? Everybody was doing it, Kipper, right? Everybody was doing it. Home team, visiting team, it didn't matter. Everybody was on the same level playing field.
Go for
Now
lunch,
it's almost-
stay till dinner.
Now it's at the other extreme.
You know,
Everybody near the Marble Club.
but there was pressure on the young kids because when the plane landed, it's like, we're going for
right.
lunch.
Yeah, dress up bag.
You're not
gone.
going to check in. You don't even get to your room.
Yeah.
You just go for lunch. And the veterans expected the young guys to be in there. And that was a good thing back then.
Home team, would the home team get the Palomino in Winnipeg or Marble Club?
Yeah, whoever showed up first, that was the key.
Oh, you're a beauty. It's so good to hear your voice.
We got this. We got this. Hey guys, thanks a lot. Hey, all seriousness.
Yeah.
You guys have helped me get through these long days, man, so I appreciate it. Keep up the great work.
Enzo,
love you,
you
Enzo.
always had a great attitude, and you're an inspiration to a lot of people.
Absolutely. From the bottom of our hearts, we love you, and we're with you every step.
Hey, Malik, didn't Kipper look good sitting like a row and a half behind Babcock last night? I saw that.
I know.
What a great speech.
And you know what? I knew he was with somebody important when he was ignoring Denis Shapovalov, the tennis player.
Yeah.
Did
Shapovalov.
not ignore him.
No, but
Did not.
when we had you on, you were
Yeah,
talking
the
to him. You were
camera.
talking to the Apple guy.
Listen, I'm with two world leaders there. Okay? There's only enough Kipper to go
And you
around.
look presidential with that suit.
Oh, thanks,
Thanks, Enzo.
The
Enzo.
question is, the question is, what the hell were you sitting there for then? Two world
You know what?
leaders.
I'm sorry. We're out of time. You know?
Shapovalov looked like you guys should play. I want to see that.
What a great